It's weird to think around this time last year, we got our first teaser trailer for Superman, and oh boy, was I excited. Oh! And I think overall this film is fantastic. It's so rewatchable and a great first chapter in the DCU. But we had a few other projects as well, and were they good? Hello and welcome to another That's Just Joe video. My name's Joe and that's about it, but that's not about it. We're here to talk about the first year of the DCU, technically the first year for me in the UK, even though the DCU technically started with Creature Commandos late last year, way before the Superman movie, and a show I still haven't finished watching. I've only got 2 episodes in, and it's okay so far. But I wanted to shout out Creature Commandos because over here in the UK we got it late this year. We're really late this year, but I haven't finished the series, so I can't really comment on it and if it was great or not. But like James Gunn said, the true beginning of the DCU is Superman, starring David Corenswet, Rachel Brosnahan, Nicholas Hoult, and oh boy, I loved this film. I thought it was so good. This was a huge success in James Gunn's eyes and a lot of people's eyes, a really, really good beginning to the DCU. And man, Mr. Terrific, stand out. One of the best characters in the film. It had a lot of heart, a lot of emotion, a lot of action, but also it was just fun. And it's great to see that the superhero movies going, oh, we can be fun. We don't have to be dark and gritty like certain movies. You know which ones I'm talking about. It didn't take itself too seriously, but it was very grounded in many ways, and I just love David Corenswet as Superman, and I'm a huge fan of this character now, going back to reading the comics. And that's another thing that James Gunn and DC Studios and Warner Brothers have been really great at, is marketing the comic books that inspired the films. And I think that's been a huge win, basically. You know, getting me back into comics after so long, reading comics I've never read before, discovering new characters, new places. So when this film was initially announced, I was already reading All-Star Superman, which this is heavily inspired by. But overall, the film was received very well. People enjoyed it. It wasn't like the masterpiece I guess we were all hoping for, but it was fun. It was crazy that we were getting a new Superman, and you know, this being the first chapter in the DCU, I think worked really well, introducing us to the world. And then obviously, talking about box office, Superman did relatively well worldwide. It did 616 million at the box office. I thought it was going to make more 700, 800 to be honest, but at the end of the day, you know, I do see this as a win. People are interested to go and see this character, to go and see this world. I mean, it's nothing like Batman. Like, let's be honest, like, people come in their droves when it's Batman, but it does sound like we're not getting a DCU Batman for a little while more. But literally in September, the beginning of September, James Gunn already teased and announced, along with other cast members returning, that Superman Man of Tomorrow would be entering production in 2026 and releasing in 2027. I really can't wait. I'm really glad they're already getting to work on the sequel. I'm glad Gunn's back writing and directing. And we just recently had confirmation that Brainiac has been cast by Lars Edinger. I need to learn names, but this is exciting. Brainiac is going to be the villain in Man of Tomorrow, and it does seem that Superman and Lex Luthor are going to have to team up. Considering the end of the last film, that's going to be really interesting dynamic. I think they're going to work really well together. I think Holt and Corenswet were brilliant on screen, especially when they were facing off. But to kind of end that Superman part, it was great. It was really good. A good start for the audiences to get used to the world that James Gunn is creating, along with Peter Safran and the rest of DC Studios and other creators. And then the other DCU project we had wasn't a film, it was the TV show Peacemaker Season 2, which I didn't like as much as the first season, I have to be honest. I was kind of disappointed. I thought the beginning was really strong, but by the end of the show this season, I was slightly disappointed. And I'm not going to go online and be like, James Gunn's lost his talent. Peacemaker's boring now. You know, very interesting cliffhanger at the end. I won't spoil here. But it just didn't have the same sauce as the first one. I found myself crying during the first season, getting really emotional. This one, it just felt like a hodgepodge. It just felt like it was all just crammed together, written really quickly, which James Gunn has said it was. Gunn is a busy man. He was a busy man whilst doing Superman. He was doing Superman and Peacemaker. That's a lot to juggle. I don't think Peacemaker Season 2 was like the worst TV show I've ever watched. It had its moments. It had really great moments with John Cena especially, but it just didn't hit the same, which is really gutting, to be honest. It was really gutting. But I am looking forward to this character returning. I love Cena in this role. I think he's a great actor. And I think what was missing from Season 2 overall was Peacemaker. What I loved about the first season, apart from all the emotional heart and the grounded sort of stories and, you know, going on in this, well, the DCU back then, was Cena, well, Peacemaker was an arsehole and he was trying to get better. And in the second season, he's kind of just like perfect. He's a really nice guy now. I miss the commotions between them all, and Peacemaker being separated out the fold a couple of episodes in and everything. I think I just missed that dynamic with all the team members. But overall, for me, season 2 wasn't as strong as I hoped it would be. And I don't think I'm the only one as well. Like, James Gunn speaks out on negative reactions to Peacemaker Season 2 final. Not everyone can love everything. It was a strange final, I have to admit. And yeah, you know, without going into too many story details, in case you haven't watched it, I would say if you haven't seen Season 2 or haven't seen Peacemaker at all, I think you should. The first season is amazing. Give the second season a try. You can probably do it in a day. And there's some really interesting tidbits in there that I'm sure are going to lead into the next Superman movie, Man of Tomorrow. But that is the first year of the DCU, of DC Studios. Literally 2 projects technically. And yeah, it's been good. It's been a good ride. But wow, next year, they're taking risks next year. They are, and I'm okay to say that out loud. Like, I'm not scared to say that. First up, we're getting a Supergirl movie, which is going to be very interesting. I think this is clever, actually, to do a Supergirl movie straight after Superman, and also introducing her at the end of the last film. And the trailer looks good. I think it looks great. I think there could be more of a director's vision there. It feels very gunnified, and again, that's not really a complaint. But I would like to see these other directors and creatives who are making projects in the DCU give their vision fully. It does feel like there's a little bit of a wall that's been put up in front of them, making sure everything's cohesive. When James Gunn said in his announcement a couple of years ago that it didn't have to look all the same, and that's what I was really excited about. But this is looking a bit Guardians of the Galaxy-esque, and yeah, the direction is not similar to Superman, but it feels familiar. It doesn't feel fresh. It doesn't feel new just yet. But what I am really hoping is very different from any project we've seen in the DCU so far is the Clayface movie. And we've already been getting set leaks and everything, and, you know, first looks and so on. But I'm really interested to see what they do with this character and how they utilize him in the DCU. Clayface is such a complicated character, and the fact they're doing it, you know, without even doing a Batman film first or anything, they're setting up Gotham City with Clayface. And I still have my suspicions that Robert Pattinson's the Batman in the DCU. I still have my suspicions about that. But I really like that it's been sold as like a proper horror film. You know, it's written by Mike Flanagan, who unfortunately isn't directing it. But I love Flanagan's work. You know, Haunting of Hill House, Bly Manor, Midnight Mass. Really great films. Scary, but really emotional stories. He's so good at writing those in that sort of horror tone. But yeah, Clayface is going to be very different. I think it's going to be the Joker, Joaquin Phoenix Joker movie of the DCU, the first one at least. And then we have Lanterns. This is probably, I'm going to say it is I'm not looking forward to this as much as many other people, because the premise of it is kind of weird. It's basically True Detective, but with the Green Lantern Corps on Earth investigating a certain death and everything. And I think tonal-wise, that's going to be weird, especially when we just met Guy Gardner in Superman, and supposedly he's going to be in this film. I meant TV show. But, you know, we've only had a few clips of this project, and yeah, it just looks like a buddy cop film, basically. It does, in a sort of in a sort of No Country for Old Men setting. But we'll see where they go. They have said, the creators of the show have said there are going to be intergalactic sort of elements in it. And I'm sure Guy Gardner's going to be part of that when he makes a cameo in this. But as a nerd in general, like, these projects that we're getting, apart from Avengers, Mandalorian, Hunger Games, Spider-Man, so on, are risky. They are risky. 2026 is a risky year because we're getting new characters. We're getting Supergirl. We haven't seen a Supergirl movie in many years. Granted, there's been the TV show with Melissa Barton, I believe her name is. I've never watched it, and that was really popular. So hopefully those old fans of the TV show come and see the Supergirl movie. But I think she's really jaded and badass, and people are going to really respond to that and want to go and see this film. And Clayface, I think, is just the biggest risk of all, because that is a character that is so loved in the Batman Rogues Gallery, to kind of get his own movie on a very low budget, by the way, and introduce him before Batman. We don't know if Batman's going to make an appearance in Clayface just yet, but wow, that's a big risk. That's a no-name character, really, like as part of the Rogues Gallery. Yeah, it's a Batman villain, but very much on his own. But I think the horror element and, well, Clayface overall is going to be the big seller. And then Lanterns, I think that's just got to be marketed really well. I mean, that's the problem over here in the UK, is that the TV shows aren't marketed very well. Like, a lot of my friends and family didn't know about Peacemaker Season 2, Creature Commandos. The marketing for DC projects aren't great over here. But to wrap up the video, 2025 has been a good year for DC. It really has. And we haven't had too much content, TV shows, films, video games got shoved down our throats. Like, we haven't had that. Very smart move. I wish another company had thought of that before they did that. But I think it's been a good first year, slowly introducing us to the DCU. And I'm sure it's going to pick up in the next couple of years. The thing with Gunn is that he made that big announcement a couple of years ago of so many projects happening that I think they took a step back and wait, what are people actually going to be interested in by the time we get to 2025, 2026? What are people going to be responding to in terms of other IP and media that's not related to DC? And a few projects have been sort of pushed away and cancelled, or pushed back, and there's been a lot of that, and Gunn has been very honest with us, the audience, about stuff slowing down and new projects coming in like Clayface. They rushed that to production so quick because the idea must have been really good, and kind of sell the concept to a new audience, a fresh audience to the DCU, that the DCU is not the MCU. This is different. Like, this is a different thing. Yes, it's all in the same universe, but wow, you're going to get so many different kinds of projects. But yeah, good luck to them in 2026. It's been a good first year for DC. Anyway, what do you think of the first year of the DCU? Have you liked it? Have you not liked it? Have you been mixed a little bit like me? Let me know in the comments below. Would love to hear your thoughts, and make sure you like the video. If you like this video, like the video and subscribe to the channel for more videos like this. And yeah, that's it. Thank you so much for watching. Have a wonderful Christmas and a happy new year. See you in 2026 with Supergirl, Clayface and Lanterns. We eating good.